What's up, everybody? Matt Price here for another wellness break brought to you by Jana Marie Foundation. And I have to point out that I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, which I normally never do when I drum, because if you go back and watch the start of the video, my sleeves were rolled up, and then by the end, they're all the way down here. And that's another reason why I don't wear a wristwatch either, because I feel like drumming, it like throws me off balance. So anyway, that's just kind of a side note. But one thing I noticed was that it actually sounded kind of cool hitting with this thing, because it's kind of like a muted sound, so it's a little more sort of like kind of a warmer tone. I don't know if you can tell through the microphone. Anyway, welcome in. My intention this afternoon is to offer maybe one or two breathing exercises combined with a couple different rhythmic activities. And something that I've been finding works kind of well with this live stream is to do sort of like 3 different speed sets, because I don't know who's tuning in. I don't know what the age level is, the skill level. So what I've been finding is that it's helpful to do kind of a slow, a medium, and a fast round. And the invitation is that if you find the faster rounds to be too challenging, that's maybe a good opportunity to just move your body, kind of flow with the groove a little bit. And if you're finding, if you're maybe more of a skilled drummer or musician and you think that the slower speeds are too easy, quote unquote, the invitation there is to be mindful and present of everything that's happening. So focusing in on the sensation, on your hands, focusing on the sound, really focusing also on trying to link your breathing with what you're playing. So we're going to start today with kind of a little body warm-up, doing some body percussion. We can start out, maybe get your hands warmed up a little by rubbing them together. We're just going to do a real quick, sort of like a body scan using tapping. So I'm going to start at the top of my head, tapping. And I think I did this last week for everybody, but this is kind of like a nice way to just wake up different parts of your body. So I'm just going to continue tapping and sort of move my hands downward. While I do this, I'll start to breathe. Well, I was already breathing, but I'll start to breathe intentionally. So deep breaths in, slow, controlled breath out. And I'm just kind of tapping around. This doesn't have to be any specific order or pattern to it. I'm just kind of like moving around. I like to come down and tap on my arms a little bit. This brings a little blood flow into your arms, your fingers, your hands, getting ready to drum. I'll come across and do my other side, my other arm. Breathing. Come down onto my rib cage, my sides, down onto my stomach, and my lower back. Coming down onto my legs. I'm going to keep moving down, kind of hit my knees, behind my knees, my calves and my shins. And I'm going to go all the way down to my ankles and my feet. I'm going to work my way back up. Deep breaths in. And I'm going to end up here on top of my legs with just a nice, easy tapping pattern. So I'm going back and forth, one hand and then the other, right to left. So the invitation, or the idea behind all of these sessions, is that you don't actually need a drum or any kind of instrument in order to get the benefits and the enjoyment out of rhythm. So you can tap right on your body, or if you have something at home, that makes sound, like a bucket, a can, any kind of container, that works as well. For now, I'm going to demonstrate this first example just using my legs so you can get an idea for that. So I'm tapping back and forth, and I'm going to start to soften this up. So I'm not tapping very hard at all. In fact, the heel of my hand, this part, is resting on my leg. I'll back up a little so you can see that. There we go. So it's a nice, easy back and forth. And now, take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Let it out. Deep breath in. And let it go. A deep breath in. And I'll do one more. Deepest breath of the whole day. Hold it for a moment. And release. All the way out. 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Take a moment. Just notice kind of how you feel. So that was round 1 of our first rhythm. That's what I'm considering and calling the slow speed. So we're going to try the same pattern, back and forth, right to left, and we'll do it at a little bit of a faster speed. So again, try to keep up. If you need to take breaks, that's okay. If you're finding that it's way too fast for you, then rather than trying to play the rhythm perfectly, just move your body, get into it. You kind of use it as a little moment to shake it all out and get out all that excess energy. But I am kind of encouraging people at this point to push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. All right, and our speed will be about 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Back and forth. We're going to go for about a minute on each of these, just so you know. So we'll go for about 45 more seconds. You can sway your body if you want. I kind of invite movement into like all different parts of my body. So you can move your head and your shoulders. I'm even moving my feet a little bit. Just kind of getting my whole body grooving. We go for about 20 more seconds. Don't forget to smile. Have a good time. Maybe you're with your family right now. Deep breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Break. Cool. Good job. Now, round 3 of this first rhythm. This will be a bit quicker. Do your best. If you need to take breaks, that's okay. Push yourself to the limit. You ready? 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, like this. It's a little quicker. See if we can hang on it for a whole minute. I'm still breathing. About 15 more seconds. see my sleeves falling. Told you. Long sleeves and drumming, they don't mix. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Cool. All right, good job. You made it through round 1. So there's a few people watching, so I'm curious, just for my own personal growth with this, you can let me know in the comments how that exercise went for you. So the 3 speeds, slow, medium, fast, were they good? Were they all too slow? Were they all too fast? Just let me know, and next time we can kind of adjust, or even for the next exercise, in fact, we could adjust it a little bit. So while I'm maybe waiting for somebody to comment, I'm going to switch over to my drum here, and I'm just going to do a couple call and response rhythms. So I'll play something on my drum. Do your best to copy what you think you hear, and we'll play each pattern several times, and then I'll switch to a new one. Here's your first pattern. It's the infamous pepperoni pizza. Smiling. Breathing. Thanks, Marissa, for the comment. Ready? We're gonna change to a new one. In 4, 3, 2, 1. You ready? 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. All right, you ready? One more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Get ready. All stop together. 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. I see a couple comments here. I'd like to just honor and address these real quick. Marissa says, great. Love the variation, the opportunity to provide for this, and the challenge. Cool. Thank you. Sydney says, the medium speed was best. I could keep up with the fast one, but my arms hurt at the end. Haha. And Marissa Ann says, mine did too, Sydney. Okay, good to know. Yeah, so, I mean, it is a workout, and if you haven't done it before or done it a lot, you know, you're activating the muscles. So just like if you were, you know, running or lifting weights or swimming or whatever, the breath, bringing your breathing, bringing the oxygen into your arms. So this might sound like a little kind of woo-woo-y maybe, but I remember I had a drum teacher. I took a class with him about double bass drumming, so using a lot of leg muscles and endurance. And he suggested when you're feeling that kind of tension or whatever in your arms, to actually imagine breathing the air, not into your lungs, but imagine breathing the air, like actually bringing it into your arms. So I take a deep breath in, and it's like the air comes into my body and flows down through my shoulders and my upper arms and comes all the way down into my hands. So like, it's a little, you know, kind of a little woo-woo-y, I suppose, but if you can visualize that when you're doing it, like actually push the air down into your fingertips. Give it a try on the next round and see how it works for you. So here's the next exercise or the next pattern. It'll be, let's see, how about something like this? Now, that rhythm might sound complicated at first, but there's actually a little vocal thing that you can say to help you play the pattern. And it's chocolate milk and potato chips. 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 Cool. That's our chocolate milk and potato chips rhythm. Very, very famous one. So we'll try it a little bit quicker. And it's nice, like if I'm using the drum, I can kind of use two different sounds for this. And what I find sort of helpful with this is hitting the first note in my deep bass sound and hitting the last note on my edge sound. So it starts to develop a little bit more of a melodic aspect to it. So something like go ahead. Play. Chocolate milk and potato chips. Why I'm counting down from 5 today, because normally I always count down from 4, but whatever, you know, you got to keep things spicy these days. Last round through that rhythm, we'll go a little bit quicker. Do your best. If it's challenging, dance around the living room. Even maybe make some noise with your mouth. That's also acceptable to do during this wellness break. We're going to go about this fast. So be like, gong, 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 gong. 1, 2, here we go. Chocolate milk and potato chips. Chocolate milk and potato chips. Good job. Now you at home, probably feeling hungry by this point. Pepperoni pizza, chocolate milk, potato chips. So what's kind of cool is like you can take basically any phrase that you say with your voice and with words and turn it into a drum rhythm. The possibilities are endless. If somebody puts a phrase in the comments, I'll try it out. So maybe while we wait for that, let's all just take a moment, take a deep breath in, rub your hands together. Another kind of good tip with drumming is because we're doing a lot of physical activity, getting the blood flowing, it can be nice to just rest your arms down at your sides and let the blood really flow all the way down into your fingertips. I want to see if anybody gave me a comment. No suggestions on phrases yet. That's okay. We'll see if one pops up. While I wait for that, we'll try one more rhythmic pattern, and this one will be a simple rhythm, but we're going to change our hand coordination. So the pattern, and I believe we've done this one before, it's going to just be right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. 2 notes in each hand. Right, right, left, left. Ooh, wait, pause that. We got a comment here. Macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. Okay. Macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. 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 So what's cool, just real quick, what's cool about the way we speak is that every word kind of already has naturally accented and unaccented syllables. So like if I say macaroni and cheese, cheese is already kind of naturally accented. So it sort of makes sense for me to do like macaroni and cheese, and then chicken nuggets and chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets. Macaroni and cheese and 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 chicken nuggets. Everybody. The chicken nuggets. Macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. Macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. Macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. Cool. Now you can experiment with it and do different ways of saying it. So instead of going like macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets, you could do like chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets, chicken nuggets. Let's see. So that's something you can, really explore anytime you want, really. And kind of the cool thing is you don't need a drum or even to use your hands to play around with the ways that you can say words. There's kind of a popular American music style that does this a lot. It's called rap music, hip hop, that kind of stuff where you're just taking words and experimenting with how you say them. So it's kind of just a cool way to do that anytime. Maybe, when you're in the shower, when you're jogging, when you're doing whatever it is you do with your time these days. So Let's finish out today. We'll do one more rhythm, but we'll just do this one slow because I want to honor the time here and not go too much over. So we'll finish out today with this 2-note idea: right, right, left, left. 2 notes in each hand. We'll do it nice and slow, and we'll breathe into it. Really breathe into it. Deep breaths in. Hold it for a second, and breathe it out. Go at your own pace with the breathing. If your mind starts to wander, bring it back. The pattern, right, right, left, left. The sound, the breath. Right, right, left, left. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Now get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. Practice makes permanent. I like that expression a lot more than practice makes perfect. Perfectionism is not, it's not the answer. Perfect doesn't really exist. However, if we practice something, we will make progress. Practice makes permanent is kind of this idea that what we do becomes automatic or natural. So to develop a pattern, right, right, left, left. If I do that enough times in my life, and it might not happen in one day, it might take time, but if I do this enough, I don't have to think about it anymore. And I'm gonna grab some drumsticks and just kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about here. So in the drumming world, we call this idea a double stroke roll. I'm gonna go traditional grip, even though I don't play traditional grip, but that's okay, don't tell anyone. So this idea, right, right, left, left. So I can do that slow, like 1,000,000 times, maybe even 1,000,000,000. And I can gradually start to work on it and speed it up. I'm doing enough. I don't really have to think about it anymore. It becomes automatic. Also, don't play drumsticks on a djembe. It's not very good for the drum head. just so you know. All right, I'm going to leave it at that this week, everybody. Thanks for watching. Again, my name is Matt Price. I want to thank Jana Marie Foundation for having me yet again. I think this is week 8 now, 7 or 8. We're in it for the long haul, folks. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Take care of your families. And I will see everybody next week. Thank you.